Hello, Ivan lovers. It's Miss Dana. Here we go. We are about to read a little bit of Ivan. Before we do, I wanted to go back and review what we've already discovered about our characters because, after all, we are kind of learning about how to really become experts on characters during this unit. So there's Ivan. We know he's a gorilla. He likes banana peels. He is patient. He has a shy gaze, a sly smile, 400 pounds, arm span, taller than most humans, and he is like a rock. He is big. And then we're starting to get to know Stella pretty well, right? Stella, she is an elephant. She has a good memory. She doesn't talk very much. She is a mountain, so she's even bigger than Ivan. And then Bob, he's our dog friend. We got to meet him on, the last time we read together. So he is a dog. He's very independent. He likes to do his own thing. He's little, like a grain of sand. So compared to Ivan and to Stella, he's kind of little. So today we are going to continue reading. Let's see. This is where we were. We stopped, and the last time we read together, we stopped when we were reading about Bob and kind of learning about Bob. So we are still a little bit more about Bob, and then we're going to just keep moving on. This chapter is called Wild. Once I asked Bob why he didn't want a home. Humans, I'd noticed, seem to be irrationally fond of dogs. Irrationally super, like you can't even explain why. I could see why a puppy would be easier to cuddle with than, say, a gorilla. Everywhere is my home, Bob answered. I am a wild beast, my friend, untamed and undaunted. I told Bob that he could work in the show like Snickers, the poodle who rides Stella. Bob said that Snickers sleeps on a pink pillow in Mac's office. He said that she eats foul, yucky-smelling meat from a can. He made a face. His lips curled, revealing tiny needles of teeth. Poodles, he said, are parasites. Picasso. Mac gives me a fresh crayon, a yellow one, and 10 pieces of paper. Time to earn your keep, Picasso, he mutters. Picasso, in case you've forgotten, or maybe you haven't learned about him, he is an artist. Miss Pam probably taught you about him. He's a very famous artist. I wonder who this Picasso is. Does he have a tire swing? Does he eat his crayons? I know I've lost my magic, so I try my very best. I clutch the crayon and I think. I scan my domain. I look around. What is yellow? A banana. I draw a banana. The paper tears, but only a little. I lean back. Mac picks up the drawing. Another day, another scribble, he says. 1 down, 9 to go. What else is yellow, I wonder? Scanning my domain again. I draw another banana. And then I draw 8 more. 3 visitors. 3 visitors are here. A woman, a boy, and a girl. I strut across my domain for them. I dangle from my tire swing. I eat 3 banana peels in a row. The boy spits at my window. The girl throws a handful of pebbles. Sometimes I'm glad the glass is there. My visitors return. After the show, the spit pebble children come back. I display my impressive teeth. I splash in my filthy pool. I grunt and I hoot. I grunt and I hoot. I eat and I eat and I eat some more. The children pound on their pathetic chest. They toss more pebbles. Slimy chimps, I mutter. I throw a me-ball at them. Sometimes I wish the glass weren't there. Sorry. I'm sorry I called those children slimy chimps. My mother would be ashamed of me. Julia. I started a sticky note for Julia because we're going to learn a little bit more about Julia. So far, we know that she is this daughter to the man who comes to clean the Big Top mall. Julia. Like the spit pebble children, Julia is a child, but that, after all, is not her fault. While her father, George, cleans the mall each night, Julia sits by my domain. She could sit anywhere she wants, by the carousel, in an empty food court, on the bleachers coated in sawdust. I'm not bragging when I say that she always chooses to sit with me. I think it's because we both love to draw. Ooh, so we know that Julia's an artist. Sarah, Julia's mother, used to help clean the mom, but when she got sick and grew pale, she stopped. Every night, Julia offers to help George. Every night, he says firmly, "Homework, Julia. The floors will just get dirty again." Homework, I have discovered, involves sharp pencils and thick books and long sighs. I enjoy chewing pencils. I am sure that I would excel, be really good at doing homework. Sometimes Julia dozes off. Sometimes she reads her books. Mostly she draws pictures and talks about her day. I don't know why people talk to me, but they often do. Perhaps it's because they think I can't understand them. Perhaps it's because I can't talk back. Julia likes science and art. She doesn't like Lila Burpee, who teases her because her clothes are old. She does like Deshaun Williams, who teases her too, but in a nice way. And she would like to be a famous artist when she grows up. Sometimes Julia draws me. I am an elegant fellow in her pictures, with my silver back gleaming like moon on moss. I never look angry the way I do on the fading billboard by the highway. I always look a bit sad, though. Drawing Bob. I love Julia's pictures of Bob. She draws him flying across the page, a blur of feet and fur. She draws him motionless, peeking out from behind the trash can or on the soft hill of my belly. Sometimes in her drawings, Julia gives Bob's wings or a lion's mane. Once she gave him a tortoiseshell. But the best thing that she ever gave him wasn't in a drawing. Julia gave Bob his name. For a long time, no one knew what to call Bob. Now and then, a mall worker would try to approach him with a tidbit. "Here, doggy," they'd call, holding out a french fry. "Come on, Pooch," they'd say. "How about a little piece of sandwich?" But he would always vanish into the shadows before anyone could get too close. One afternoon, Julia decided to draw the little dog curled in the corner of my domain. First, she watched him for a long time, chewing on her thumbnail. I could tell that she was looking at him the way an artist looks at the world when she's trying to understand it. Finally, she grabbed her pencil and set to work. When she was finished, she held up the page. There he was, the tiny, big-eared dog. He was smart and cunning, and his gaze was wistful. Wistful means a little sad. He was smart and cunning. We're going to have to add that to our list about what we know about Bob. Under the picture were 3 bold, confident marks, circled in black. I was pretty certain it was a word, even though I couldn't read it. Julia's father peered over her shoulder. "That's him exactly," he said, nodding. He pointed to the circle marks. "I didn't realize his name was Bob," he said. "Me either," said Julia. She smiled. "I had to draw him first." Okay, we're going to stop right there. I've got to add a few things that I know about Julia. Here's what I wrote. Julia's an artist. She's a girl. She's a student. How did I know that? Because she was talking about doing her homework, right? So that is definitely something that a student would do. And then I have to add to Bob. I'm getting my list of Bob out here. Bob, he was, big ears. I wanted to add that. He has big ears. That helps me have a picture in my brain about what I know about Bob. Okay, that's all for today, guys. More about Ivan tomorrow. Bye.